In the grand sweep of human history, certain wars and battles didn't just decide territories, they reshaped civilizations, toppled empires, and paved the way for entirely new world orders. Imagine a single clash altering the fate of millions. That's the kind of story we're exploring today, from dusty ancient plains to the mechanized slaughter of modern battlefields. Long before modern nation-states existed, warfare was already a force that could end dynasties. Take the Battle of Muye in 1046 BCE, where a rebellion against the ruling Shang dynasty in ancient China ended an era of tyranny and ushered in the Zhou dynasty, a change that defined Chinese political philosophy for centuries afterward. Experts point out that this early conflict didn't just replace one ruling house with another, it established ideas about legitimate leadership and the mandate of heaven that echoed across Chinese history. Fast forward to the ancient Mediterranean, and you find Thermopylae in 480 BCE, where a vastly outnumbered Greek force held a strategic pass against King Xerxes' Persian army. Though ultimately a tactical defeat, the stand bought precious time for Greek forces to organize resistance, setting the stage for unity that would preserve Greek culture and its ideas of democracy and philosophy for generations. In 331 BCE at Gaugamela, Alexander the Great's decisive victory over the Persian Empire reshaped the ancient world, breaking one of the largest empires in history and creating a Hellenistic realm that spread Greek art, language, and governance across 3 continents. Centuries later, at Mohacs in 1526, the Ottoman Empire's crushing victory over the Hungarian kingdom not only ended a sovereign state, but altered the balance of power in Eastern Europe and accelerated Ottoman influence for decades afterward. Warfare wasn't just about empires rising and falling, it was about new methods of fighting. The Battle of Königsgrätz in 1866, a centerpiece of the Austro-Prussian War, demonstrated Prussia's superior military organization and technology, directly leading to German unification and a profound shift in European geopolitics that set the continent on course toward the conflicts of the 20th century. Fast forward to the Napoleonic era, and the Battle of Waterloo in 1815 ended Napoleon Bonaparte's bid for European domination and ushered in a century of relative stability under the Concert of Europe, a system of diplomacy that aimed to prevent the kind of all-out wars that had engulfed the continent. The Industrial Age brought total war, and nowhere was this more evident than on the fields of the Somme in 1916. During World War I, Allied and German forces clashed in what became one of the bloodiest battles in modern history, with over 1 million men killed or wounded in efforts to break trench lines that seemed immovable. This relentless carnage signaled a brutal new age of mechanized warfare and marked a turning point in how nations mobilized and suffered in war. Then came World War II, the most destructive conflict in human memory, where operations like Barbarossa, Nazi Germany's invasion of the Soviet Union, unleashed unprecedented violence, permanently redrawing the political map of Europe and laying the groundwork for the Cold War division between East and West. According to historical research, the Eastern Front saw more casualties than any other theater of the war, and its outcomes shaped post-war geopolitics for decades. Yet not all wars were between empires. Some battles determined the fate of civilization itself. At Tours in 732 AD, a Frankish army halted an advancing Umayyad force into Western Europe, a moment many historians argue preserved the cultural and political trajectory of medieval Christian Europe rather than allowing a sweeping conquest. The fall of Constantinople in 1453, meanwhile, ended the Byzantine Empire and pointed the way toward the Ottoman domination of southeastern Europe and the eastern Mediterranean, while also spurring European powers to seek new trade routes, a catalyst for the age of exploration. And across the Atlantic, battles for independence in the Americas rewrote the concept of governance. The decisive engagements of the American Revolution didn't just establish a new nation, but inspired a flood of democratic movements across the world. Whether they were clashes of cavalry in ancient valleys or tank battles across 20th century plains, these epic conflicts changed languages, cultures, borders, and human destiny. They remind us that history isn't just a sequence of dates on a page, it's the sum of struggles, sacrifices, and decisions that altered the course of civilization forever. And that's something worth remembering when you next look at a world map shaped